Hello and welcome, Scriptcase developers. Welcome back to another macro day right here on Scriptcase by Jamie. And today we're going to delve into the SC user logout macro. And this macro is crucial for implementing secure and effective user logout mechanisms, of course, within your Scriptcase applications. It does ensure that users can safely as well as cleanly exit your application with the option to redirect them as you need. So let's explore how this macro can be used to enhance security as well as user management within your Scriptcase projects. So today we are looking at the SC user logout, and this macro has a very specific function in that it facilitates the logout process by clearing user-specific session variables and optionally redirecting to a specific application, which can be pretty handy. It's pretty simple to use. It is an essential macro for any application with login functionality, ensuring that user sessions are ended securely and preventing unauthorized access. So how do you use the SC user logout? Well, it's easy. SC underscore user underscore logout. And just like that, we have our macro there. And well, we have a bit of a syntax we can add here because we have a lot of options. And of course, we're going to be looking at those so that you can customize the logout process, especially when you want to specify maybe which session variables to clear and maybe where to redirect the user afterwards, because of course all of that matters, right? So with this macro, we have a few parameters we can add in here. So let me start. First of all, we have a variable name. So the name of the session variable that holds the user information. So let's go with the user login because that's the default session variable. And well, maybe we want to then change the content of that variable. So let me then add in here admin. So now that will change the user login to admin. And then, well, maybe we want to redirect the user as well. So within this next statement, we can then maybe say log out or log in, and then the user goes back to the login PHP page or wherever you have the login. And then with that, of course, we need to correct that because we can't have errors here in our macro. And don't forget, there is a macro so you can hide those warnings, which we just had a few weeks ago now. So another comma in here, and just like that, we can then add another option, and that is then the target. And here we can then specify self, top, bottom, all of those options where we can specify what will happen. Okay, now the default for this is top, so that is to be aware of, and you may want to change that to self so that when this user comes to this macro or this specific application where we now have this, well, then they will be logged out and they will access the login page, which is pretty awesome, right? So it is a pretty straightforward snippet, but yet it may not be very clear. So let's go over it again, okay? So within this macro that we have here today, the SC user logout, and we have here parameters. We specify, first of all, the session variable that we want to adjust. We have then the new variable content that we are going to inject into that, as well as then the application redirect. So where do we want to redirect the user if we want to? We don't have to add those options. We can leave those parameters if we want to and just leave then the session variables to be changed. That is, of course, entirely up to you. And then after then our redirect option, we then have the target option. Okay, and with that, well, your user will log out. It will also clear the identification from the session and redirect them to the login page, if that is what you have configured. Of course, all of this ensures that they are fully logged out and being able to then also access the system again, which is very important, especially when you use security. And of course, you can add some conditional logic to this if you wanted to, maybe based on a user role, and then you can change maybe here the admin to maybe the session variable of the user login. So that is then inserted, or maybe you will not want them to come come to the login page. And if in that case, well, you can just add an if else in here and then change the direction per user, per group, or per session variable, let's say. And that is, of course, entirely down to you. So the SC logout macro, it is pretty indispensable for applications which require secure login and logout functionalities. It is very useful within environments where sensitive information is accessed, which I think is pretty much every Scriptcase platform, no? Ensuring that each session is cleanly terminated, not only to safeguard against potential security breaches, but to stop your hair from falling out. And of course, you guessed it, that is everything you need to know about the SC user logout macro. Utilizing this macro will ensure that your applications adhere to best practices for user session management, enhancing both the security as well as the reliability of your Scriptcase projects. So with that, I'm wishing you all an awesome day. I hope you have enjoyed this video. You all know what to do if you want to do it. And of course, otherwise, do let me know how you have been using this macro within your project. I'm sure everyone wants to hear how you've used the SC user logout, if you have used it at all even. Of course, let us know down in the comments. And otherwise, ta-da! Until next week, right here at Scriptcase by Jamie with Macro Day every Friday.